Hey there, guitar dudes and dudettes. I'm Tomas Michaud. This is my weekly update. You are in the right place. Here's a question that Tillman sent me this week. Terry writes, Thomas, I've enjoyed your videos so much. I am a very beginner player and I am having trouble holding my fingers correctly on the strings. It always seems that I will mute the next string too easily. Do you have any advice on holding the fingers without muting the adjunct strings? Thanks, Terry Tillman. Terry, I'm glad to hear you're enjoying my lessons. You are on the right track. Now, you are definitely not alone with this issue, and I know many beginners struggle with this in the very beginning. Now, I won't pretend to have the magic bullet that can solve this, nor do I think there actually is one. But I do want to share with you some ideas that have worked for me personally, as well as for many of my students. Feel free to take what works for you and ignore anything that doesn't make sense. Keep in mind that everyone in the beginning can't do this right. Now, there are some people that are more naturally coordinated than others and tend to pick up a little faster. But where you are right now is just where you should be. There really is no right or wrong. And paradoxically, accepting where you are right now will actually help you get better faster. Now, I'm not telling you this just to make you feel better, though that's a nice outcome too if that happens. In fact, this struggling in your mind of not being present to just what you're working on right now actually makes it go slower. If you can just let go of some of the judgments around how you're doing and just put your attention on making time to practice every day, you'll make the fastest progress that you can make. And in fact, this fingering thing will probably take care of itself. Probably the most important thing I could tell you, though probably not exactly what you want to hear, is from my experience in learning guitar and other physical things like martial arts and dance, is that it just takes a certain amount of time and patience and persistence and repetition. Most importantly, repetition. Doing it over and over and over and making small corrections. The best thing you can do is make peace with that and just make time to practice every day. I happen to be struggling with learning a new technique right now. And in fact, I find myself, I'm impatient. I find myself wanting to go to the internet or read up some lessons on how to do it in a way that I won't have to struggle with it. You know, I've been here before, and I know that since I actually do know how to do the technique, the only thing left to do is really just practice it over and over and over a period of time. Now, my mind doesn't want to hear that. And in fact, when I'm searching on the internet or trying to find something else, I'm actually taking time away from practicing it. There, I just gave myself a guitar coaching. I feel better already. Now, don't get me wrong. A good teacher can be a great help. The two things they do really well is teach you what is the next best thing to work on. This is especially helpful for a beginner because you don't have a foundation and you don't really know what the right order is of things. And it's no small thing to keep telling you you can do this. Now, the process involves keep making small changes in what you're doing so you actually progress faster. As an experienced guitarist, I can do a lot of that for myself. I know the fundamentals of good finger movement, and I also know how things should progress. As a beginner, you really should have good instruction to know what you should be working on and in what order you should be working on it. But nothing takes the place of practice, patience, and persistence. There's a quote by Confucius that I like and that kind of reminds me of this whole issue. It doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. I want to thank everybody who's completed my survey on what new lessons I should create. I really appreciate it, and I will use this information to make some wonderful lessons. Now, if you haven't had the chance to do that, please take a few minutes now, 3 minutes, and do it now. You'll find the link below this video. That's it for this week. I hope you have a great week and you find lots of time to make beautiful music on your guitar.